The roar of the engine shatters the silence of the airfield. A narrow, unusually long nose, the fuselage trembling from the barely contained thousands of horsepower hidden within, a sharp push, and the aircraft surges forward. The air wraps tightly around the wings, the ground below turns into a blur, and the horizon tilts, giving way to the endless blue. 10,000 feet, 20,000, 50,000. The speed indicator swallows the numbers. Mach 0.8, 0.9, 1 Mach. The aircraft crosses the sound barrier. This is the moment that always came with bated breath. But what is this? Where is the resounding sonic boom? The powerful clap that makes windows tremble and startles pedestrians. It's absent. Instead of a powerful, deafening blast, there's only a soft, subdued pop. Why? Because this is the X-59 Quest, a revolutionary experimental aircraft from NASA and Lockheed Martin designed to prove that supersonic planes can be not just fast, but also quiet. In this video, we'll explain how American engineers outwitted physics to eliminate the sonic boom, why the X-59 could change the future of passenger aviation, and when we might once again fly on supersonic airliners. Supersonic flight has always been a symbol of speed, progress, and technological superiority. When the legendary Concorde took to the skies in 1969, it seemed like humanity had stepped into the future of aviation. Passengers could cross the Atlantic in just over 3 hours, experiencing the thrill of traveling faster than the speed of sound. However, within a few years, this progress encountered harsh reality. Supersonic passenger flights over land were banned in the United States and several other countries because of a powerful, deafening sonic boom produced when breaking the sound barrier, comparable to an artillery shot. Windows shook, dishes and cabinets rattled, animals panicked, babies cried, and pedestrians flinched. And this didn't happen just once at the moment of breaking the barrier. Instead, a continuous shockwave followed the aircraft, reaching the ground and causing chaos. Let's dispel a common myth. The loud sonic boom did not occur only at the moment of breaking the sound barrier. Instead, a continuous shockwave trailed behind the plane, hitting the ground repeatedly and causing disturbances over and over again. Complaints poured in, and in 1973, the Federal Aviation Administration officially banned commercial supersonic flights over U.S. territory. The only option left was flying over oceans, where only fish had to endure the noise. However, limiting supersonic aircraft to just a handful of routes made them commercially unviable. The dream of flying from New York to Los Angeles in 3 hours was lost. The Concorde, despite its brilliance, was eventually retired in 2003, becoming nothing more than a symbol of a lost future. But where does this infamous shockwave come from? And why does it produce such a thunderous boom? The answer lies in the nature of sound waves. When an aircraft moves at subsonic speeds, the sound waves it generates spread out evenly in all directions. However, when the aircraft accelerates to the speed of sound, the sound waves begin to overlap as the aircraft is moving faster than they can disperse. These waves merge into a shockwave. As the speed increases further, the waves combine into a double conical shape, producing two sonic booms, one from the nose and one from the tail. When this shock wave reaches the ground, it's perceived as a sharp, loud clap similar to an artillery explosion. If an aircraft flies over cities, this effect repeats constantly, forcing residents to endure dozens of these sonic booms every day. For decades, engineers tried to bring supersonic travel back to passenger aviation, but they faced one major problem. Without solving the noise issue, no commercial flights would be approved by aviation regulators. A breakthrough came from Robert T. Jones, a NASA aerodynamicist and engineer who proposed the concept of quiet supersonic flight. In the 1960s, he developed a theory suggesting that an elongated fuselage and a carefully designed wing shape could reduce the intensity of the sonic boom. His research showed that by properly distributing lift along the aircraft's body, the shockwave's impact could be minimized. NASA and Lockheed Martin took these theoretical insights and decided to turn them into reality, designing a revolutionary supersonic aircraft that would eliminate the deafening sonic boom. In 2018, Lockheed Martin secured a $247.5 million contract from NASA to develop, build and deliver the aircraft for testing. The project's total cost is estimated at $632 million over 8 years. This led to the creation of the X-59 Quest, an experimental aircraft designed to prove that supersonic travel can not only be fast, but also quiet. Quest stands for Quiet Supersonic Technology. The X-59 is on a mission to complete this quest. Its primary goal is to demonstrate that supersonic flight can be achieved without the thunderous booms that led to the ban on supersonic passenger flights over land in the 1970s. Developed by NASA and Lockheed Martin, the X-59 is not just another aircraft, it's a flying research laboratory, proving that speed and silence are no longer mutually exclusive. The X-59 looks strikingly different. Its nose is incredibly long and pointed, a crucial feature of its quiet supersonic technology. This slender nose extends more than 30 feet in front of the cockpit and helps shape the shock waves so they don't all merge into a single overwhelming blast. The fuselage has been carefully designed to prevent sound waves from converging too abruptly, instead spreading and dissipating them in the air. Because of its elongated nose, the X-59 has no traditional forward-facing cockpit window. Instead, NASA equipped the pilot with an external vision system, a combination of high-definition cameras and sensors feeding data to a large display in the cockpit. This cutting-edge technology preserves aerodynamic efficiency while providing excellent situational awareness. The X-59 is designed to generate a sonic boom of only about 75 decibels compared to the 105 to 110 decibel booms of traditional supersonic aircraft. NASA compares this to the sound of a car door closing or distant thunder. For comparison, a normal supersonic boom is like a firecracker exploding nearby, while the X-59's boom will sound more like a distant, muffled thud, similar to far-off thunder or a book falling onto a carpeted floor. The aircraft is about 100 feet long with a wingspan of 30 feet. It'll fly at 52,500 feet and reach speeds of 930 miles per hour, exceeding the speed of sound by 1.4 times. Powered by a single General Electric F414 turbofan engine, it has enough thrust to push it well into supersonic territory. Engineers have paid particular attention to the wing design. Thin, carefully angled wings reduce drag and help shape the shock waves. The fuselage's unique geometry spreads out pressure disturbances over long distance, ensuring that by the time they reach the ground, they've diminished into that softer sonic thump. The aircraft includes special instrumentation to measure and record its own shockwave characteristics. By gathering precise data on how the shock waves propagate, NASA can feed these findings back into future designs. To truly bring supersonic travel back, NASA needs more than just an innovative design. They must prove that people on the ground can tolerate the X-59's sonic thump, paving the way for regulators to lift or relax the supersonic flight ban over land. Once the X-59 completes its initial flight tests, it'll conduct community overflight tests across various regions of the United States. During these tests, residents in selected areas will be surveyed about what they hear or don't hear when the X-59 flies overhead. If the sound is as unobtrusive as NASA predicts, the agency will present this evidence to regulatory bodies to demonstrate that quiet supersonic flight is possible, potentially leading to new rules that allow next-generation supersonic airliners over populated areas. If the X-59 succeeds, the future of aviation will be faster than ever and quieter than we ever imagined. Multiple companies, including startups like Boom Supersonic, are already planning their own supersonic jets aimed at commercial service. A favorable outcome from NASA's testing could open the door to new aircraft designs that combine high speed with low noise, allowing travel times between major cities to be dramatically reduced. We might see a new era of supersonic business jets and passenger airliners capable of flying coast to coast in just a few hours without disturbing people on the ground. Even the possibility of supersonic cargo transport's on the table, revolutionizing how quickly goods can be shipped worldwide. Research gathered from the X-59 program will also help refine computational fluid dynamics tools and noise prediction models, advancing our overall understanding of aeronautics. From advanced materials to more efficient engines, innovations spurred by these X-planes often find their way into mainstream aviation. NASA's X-plane lineage is rich with groundbreaking achievements, from the X-1 that broke the sound barrier in 1947 to demonstrators that tested exotic shapes and propulsion systems. The X-59 Quest carries on this tradition, reminding us that the boundaries of flight are still being pushed. And this time, it's not just about going faster, it's about going faster without the roar. Supersonic travel once represented the pinnacle of aviation ambition, and the Concorde proved it was possible, yet the thunderous booms grounded the dream for decades. Now, NASA and Lockheed Martin are showing the world that we can outwit the boom and usher in an age of quiet supersonic flight. If the X-59's promise holds true, regulators may lift the bans that have stifled supersonic commercial travel, and we could soon find ourselves boarding sleek new airliners that cross continents and oceans in half the time without rattling windows or startling anyone below. The whisper of a sonic thump might replace the ear-splitting roar, proving that speed and silence truly can coexist. So the next time you hear about an experimental plane taking shape in a remote hangar, know that history may be in the making, an epic return of supersonic travel. But this time without the boom. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the world of quiet supersonic technology, be sure to like and subscribe, and leave a comment below if you think quiet supersonic jets will become a reality in the near future, or if there's still a long road ahead. Safe travels at any speed.